Welcome to the Driver's Line. I'm Greg.
And I'm Jordan.
And today, we've got a conversation for you.
Yeah, our conversation had us thinking about performance brands. As we know, lots of automakers like to come out with their own Nuremberg-inspired brands, right? And
Nuremberg?
maybe not that one. Nürburgring, excuse me.
Maybe that'll be Tesla's performance brand.
Right. Anyway.
Don't cancel me, Elon. All right.
Anyway, so we're thinking, what brands...
That would be a bad one. That's an example of a bad
There you
one.
go.
All right.
Which brands have the worst performance brand names? I think that would take the cake. Yeah, okay.
It would. So, yeah, I mean, we're like, you think of M for BMW, which means motorsport,
Right.
and AMG, which is, the three cities where the founders of AMG lived. So, I mean, that's, a lot of these cool ones. Ford, SVT, Special Vehicle Team, SRT, Street and Racing Technology. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of these cool names have, history and roots and things of that nature, which kind of makes them unique. And we want to talk about some ones that maybe aren't so cool. Not to say that their products aren't cool, but their name is just... They probably should have thought of a better name, at least from like an English standpoint. So we've got a few that we're going to go over here. So
That's right.
I don't know if you want to kick it off or you want me to.
Sure, I'll start.
All right.
And I'm going to start with one that's actually not from Japan, because I feel like a lot of these came from Japan. But this one's actually from Australia.
Oh.
I know. My Aussie friends don't hate me. But I respect greatly what you guys did with Holden at the time, until GM foolishly killed them off. But HSV kind of sounds like a disease, if I'm honest with you.
Dude, I just came down with some HSV.
HSV. Yes. Holden Specialty Vehicles. It doesn't really like specialty vehicles. Also, like, are we like making like milk trucks? Specialty vehicles. It probably means something completely different in the Australian dialect, and I understand that. But HSV to me just does not really like. Yeah. Oh, man, like they have such awesome cars, like
they do,
made, right?
And those HSV cars were like sick.
Oh, they were incredible.
Them.
Yeah, but I don't know, those three letters to me just don't work well together. HSV.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah. One I actually didn't think of that one, so that's a good call out. Yeah. One that's probably a little bit more common, but that's kind of along the whole infectious diseases thing.
I think there's a lot of these, I like that.
But this one literally stands for sexually transmitted infection.
Oh no, I picked that too.
And this is from our friends at Subaru.
Oh, Subaru.
Which again, fantastic product.
Yeah.
Fantastic products. We love the Subaru, WRX.
We'd like them back.
We like them back. They only make the WRX now, which is unfortunate. Maybe their lawyers are like, maybe we should stop calling our cars STI. But anyways, it stands for Subaru Technica International.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's at least they didn't really think about what it means in the English dialect, probably when it was formed many, many years ago, because it definitely also correlates to sexually transmitted infection. Yeah,
I mean, it's such a rich rally heritage behind that brand, and honestly, like when you think about at least our generation growing up, right? Subaru STIs were pretty cool cars to own.
Very cool cars. I desperately wanted one for years.
Right, yeah. And now it's like Subaru is granola moms, right? So
yeah, granola moms and like the rando who buys the WRX or a BRZ, right? I mean that's about it.
Right. So it would be nice to, because it did bring a lot of like pop of excitement to the brand, but STI maybe we could leave that one. Yeah. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah. We'll just call it something else.
Since we've let it lay dormant a little bit, maybe it's time for reinvention, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, reinvent it. Subaru Technica Racing.
Yeah, that was on my list, but it's a pretty bad one.
It's probably the second worst.
I think
There's one that is worse.
I'm going to hold off on that one because I feel like we may have both picked that one too.
I'm sure we picked that one too.
It's universally laughed at. Yeah. So, I'm going to go with one that's a little more under the radar, I would say. And that's because the brand itself was pretty under the radar because they only made one car. And it comes from our friends at Infiniti.
Oh.
Yes.
The
IPL.
Yes.
That's right. What does IPL mean? Because to me, when I hear IPL, I think of
freely?
like... IP loosely.
IP loosely?
I also thought like IPL sounds like some type of like transportation authority. Like hop on the IPL,
train. The IPL, guys, here we go.
Like what? IPL. Like so they had like the Red Sport sub brand within that, right? But like that major brand IPL only produced like the Q50.
And let's also talk Red Sport. Like, I mean, is that like China or North Korea?
Yeah, Red Sport. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, sorry.
Infinity just it's a mess in general, and I don't know. It just doesn't mean anything to me. And IPL.
Yeah,
doesn't work.
No.
So
not whatsoever.
Yeah. So they only made one car, so it's fine.
I know. There was only it was like one rare G37 or Q50. I can't even remember which one.
Yeah,
it was,
the Q50. Yeah.
Oh, IPL.
I hope the IPL's not late.
All right. So I'm going to venture to South Korea for my next choice. And this is one that might be a little bit more of just like a personal feeling, because I don't know if anybody else remembers this at all. But Hyundai's performance version is called N. N. Yeah. And, it's also kind of funny because they hired a lot of people from the BMW M division to create their N vehicles. So it's like M, N. It's like, oh, well, we'll just choose the next letter. But they're like, no, Greg, this actually has purpose. We chose N for a reason. The Hyundai headquarters are in Namyang. So N. And these cars are tuned at the Nürburgring.
Not Nuremberg.
The Nürburgring. So also N. I'm just like, okay, sure. If you want to call it that, that's fine. But also, just like going back to my youth.
Yeah.
And again, this might be just my own personal feeling. So, Domino's used to have this character, Domino's Pizza, called.
Wow, this is really niche here.
Very niche. It might just be, like I said, me.
Okay.
But called the Noid.
Yes.
And it was this dopey, like,
it was.
like he had like bunny ears, but he was like a dude in a costume, and he had like a big N on his stomach. And that's the only thing I think of every time I see one of these N vehicles. And again, there's nothing to detract from the fact that they're all actually really, really good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the N division, aside from just their name and me just do not mesh.
Sure, absolutely. No, I get that. Yeah. It really does feel like a cheap ripoff, honestly, of BMW.
That's kind of what it is, like,
because they're so close. Like they're so close.
And we're just going to choose the next letter.
Yeah, I get that. Because like I even see like Cadillac has the V series,
right? Which
obviously is like inspired by M, right? But it is so far removed from sounding like that.
Right.
It's stands for velocity anyway. Like and the V series engines, V8s and stuff.
And Victory.
There's a lot of V stuff in there, but it's just so close. I mean, like even like audibly when you say them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There are some cool products in there.
None of the products are fantastic. Again, I have zero issue with any of the products.
The branding.
All the end products are really, really great vehicles, but the branding and me just don't jive.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. Could have thought of something cooler, I think.
Probably.
From Korea. I mean, like, they're so, like, poppy and forward-thinking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Opportunity missed. But nonetheless.
That's
right. We got the Magma series coming from Genesis.
Magma. That's like Dr. Evil. He's like, let's call it the Magma series.
Right? That's true. $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion in
Magma. Oh, God. Yeah, that's cool. It's like a fever dream.
It is a fever dream.
Anyway, so my last pick, which I think is going to be your last pick too.
Yes.
It's probably going to be. Let's be real.
Well, I actually have one more.
So you want me to
throw it in first?
Yes, throw yours in.
Okay.
Please do.
Because I don't think this is not the worst one.
Great.
But what do you think of when you think of the letter F?
I can't say that on this podcast.
Well, besides that letter, or that 4-letter word, when you get an, is F something positive that you get on your report card?
I think of failure.
Failure, failing, fake.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going to call some of your cars F Sport. Fake Sport.
Fake Sport.
F Sport, the worst. F.
Failure of sport.
Failure of sport. No, but this is what Lexus has chosen for their performance brand, is F.
Yeah, I know. Didn't they say it was like supposed to be like finesse or like
Something like that,
relate
yeah.
something? Yeah. F. I always found that really odd.
It's a really bad choice.
Yeah.
It's not a good letter.
And even stylistically, F doesn't work for like. It's like sharp on one end.
Yeah,
F. It's weird. Yeah.
F sport. We're going to call our cars RCF.
Yeah.
This is the failing RCF and the GSF. The failing GS. Oh. And again, you know, like the Hyundais, they're all really good.
Yeah,
really,
like
really
the
good.
Lexus failure vehicle A in that lineup was fantastic.
Lexus failure A, really great car. Desperately want one.
Yeah.
Yes, and it would be my own personal failure not to have one. But you know, maybe that's what they mean.
Maybe you're a failure if you don't.
A failure if you don't own one of these F cars.
F you.
F you.
Going back full circle.
The next one will be the LFU.
Oh no. Only if they had a sense of humor.
No, they don't. They don't have a sense
Not
of humor.
Lexus. Oh man.
Yeah, not a great performance name.
Well, sticking with that company, I think.
Yeah, going to their more plebeian side
Yes.
is the worst named performance division.
I mean, and honestly, it's almost kind of comical.
It's extremely comical, and the fact that they haven't changed it,
Yes.
like, only escalates the comicalness of this.
Yeah, because it is a turd of a name, I have to say.
Yeah, it is a turn of a name.
But obviously, we're talking about Toyota Racing Development,
Turd.
TRD,
Turd.
which covers mostly like their off-road stuff.
Yeah, that's really kind of where it started.
Yeah.
It was like their off-road division, and so I mean, it was Toyota Racing Development for like a lot of like the Baja and the Dakar type stuff, and you know they spread it out to like, you know, performance cars as well, and like they've got the Gazoo Racing stuff too for their sports cars now. But you still see like the TRD stuff all over, like a Camry. There was even like a TRD Avalon.
Yes. I know, it started spreading like an infection.
Like an STI.
Well, yeah, you don't want to go anywhere near any TRDs because you might get an infection.
You might get an infection if you step in that TRD, so just be careful.
But I mean, it's kind of weird to me because Toyota recently has had such like a renaissance in their performance, and they have that GZ, right, Gazoo sub-brand.
Yep.
Why not lean on that side? Like,
Yeah.
let's just shift that over and get rid of that turd of a name.
I know exactly. I just don't understand why the Gazoo Racing just doesn't go ahead and spread to the rest of the brand, but or let's just go ahead and just leave turd on the trucks.
Yes, let's leave turd on the trucks.
Trucks can be turds because
fine.
That's how Americans kind of see them, except for the taco, anyways. But,
Yeah, exactly. So, that is a pretty bad one, though.
That's a bad one.
Doesn't get much worse than
Turd.
that. All right. Well, are there any that we missed?
I know.
There might be.
I think this was actually pretty comprehensive, but there's always the opportunity that we did miss one.
Because some people might disagree with us. Like some people might say, you know what, the Chevy SS brand that reminds me of Nazis.
Right. Fair. But freedom in America.
Yeah, super sport. Anyway.
Super sport. Yeah. Not security, whatever. Anyways.
Sales might pick up. I'm sorry. All right, anyway.
Yeah, let us know if we missed it. Or if you're like, man, no, AMG is stupid. I hate AMG for this reason. Or I hate M for this reason. M power. RS. Ren Sport, terrible. Yeah. Don't like it. Let us know.
All right, yeah, please do.
Hit it in the comments.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing.